Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Sweat City Collects here. We are changing the name just so you guys see, because we like to collect not just sports cars, but all kinds of stuff. And we want to include that in the channel instead of making like several other channels. So we thought just change it to collects because we collect a lot of stuff. Today is our first episode of the podcast to be determined on the name. The name might come up on the video. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But today on the podcast, we're going to talk about NFL bracket for the Super Bowl, the run to the Super Bowl, who's going to be there, and all that stuff. It makes it kind of exciting because in our friend group, all of our teams made it to the to the playoffs. So, and it could be exciting because they can meet in the Super Bowl too. And then we'll be doing a NFL honors as well, talking about who should win certain awards, all that stuff. And then we'll have like little chatter at the end about like cards, just like little chatter. But let's start off with the playoffs. We'll do Brandon will pick first, and we'll do one game at a time, and then I'll pick the same game right after him.
All right. So we're going to start off on the AFC side. I think Texans have a great defense, but can't count out Aaron Rodgers, especially after their game against the Ravens this past weekend or whatever. And DK comes back. His WR1. So we're going to go Steelers for this wild card spot.
All right. So this one's this is one out of all the games. Well, most of the games, if a different team wins than I pick, I wouldn't be surprised. Besides one game, there's only one game I'd be surprised. And it's because all the teams are really good and there's a really good matchup. Texans have playoff experience. Obviously, the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers do. Like you said, they're getting DK back. But DK being out 2 weeks, is that going to help him or hurt him? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the hot hand right now, and who ended the season super hot, and I'm gonna pick the Texans because they ended this. I think they what 7 or 8 game win streak
Yeah, I think
at the end of the
7.
season. Yeah, that's nuts. And it's not like they didn't do it against like tough teams or anything like that. Really good defense. Defense wins championships supposedly. So that should carry them in the playoffs, especially the Steelers, if I'm gonna be honest, got handed this position. They did win the game no matter what, but they did almost lose the game. They got kind of lucky in a sense because the kicker missed the field goal for the Ravens. So if the Ravens were here, we might be talking different though. I might have to pick someone else, but I'm gonna pick the Texans.
All right. Now for the Jags versus the Bills. Jags are on, I believe, an eight game winning streak.
After they got BTA'd by the Rams, my boy.
But with that being said, that win streak, I don't think they can keep it up, especially with Josh Allen. He's a different guy. This is probably the best chance he would have to go to the Super Bowl. Um, so I'm going with the Bills.
All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna do this. I'm going the same route you're going, but my thought process is the same thing, kind of. Where the Josh Allen, he's just a animal in the playoffs. He just like evolves. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can never count him out, and especially since he doesn't have his kryptonite in the playoffs this year, it's hard to bet against him. But the thing is that we all got to think about is that if he does not make it to the Super Bowl this year, it is not a Patrick Mahomes thing. It's a him thing. And that's like the thing that we got to think of is that the excuse always for him was, oh, it's because Patrick Mahomes would always beat him, which is true. The only person who has a better record in the playoffs since I think 2015 than Josh Allen is Patrick Mahomes. which is crazy to think about. So they have the two best records in the NFL. So I'm gonna pick the Bills as well. I just think that also this is this is like playoff experience. Obviously, the Bills just have so much more. So
All right.
this is
Now
tough. This
this is the
one's
tough
tough.
one. Chargers, they play good ball. They have a great defense. They got Khalil Mack over there. They got Justin Herbert as quarterback. But to be fair, he's never won a playoff game.
Exactly what I was thinking.
But at the same time,
He's
you
playing
have the
against someone that has never
Patriots.
won a playoff game either.
Yeah.
Think about that.
So, do I want to see the Patriots move on? Not really. Do I think the AFC has more teams have a better chance that the Patriots aren't there? Probably. Because their defense is good. Their offense is good, but at the same time they had one of the weaker schedules. And it wasn't like they were having close games. They were having a lot of blowout games, and I don't think that's sustainable. I think if it's a close game, they're not going to be used to it. And I mean, for instance, when they played the Bills and they were up by like 22-23 at the half, they couldn't hold on to that lead. So if they're playing a playoff caliber team like the Bills, I think Justin Herbert gets his first playoff win.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Um.
I did on yours. Oops.
Oh, you did. Okay. So I don't know who I'm gonna pick yet. I gotta kind of convince myself right now because it's tough. This is like I think the hardest game to pick out of. Actually, this is one of the two hardest games to pick, and this is the reason why. I think the Patriots are a really good team. Don't get me wrong. I think they're really good. But I think they're still one player away from being considered top tier because if you look at you know what? I'm going to pull it up real quick cuz we got some time. I want to see the difference in schedule for the Chargers and the Patriots because the Patriots in my eyes had probably the easiest schedule of the year and it's not even close
I mean, Chargers
because
week 1, what was it? It was
they
Brazil,
played their division the first 3 games of the season.
and they played a healthy Chiefs team
Yeah.
in a different
So
country.
their losses this year are against the Giants, which that's a bad loss, but that's when they were injured a lot. No excuses though. I'm not going to give injuries as an excuse. The Commanders, they lost to the Commanders. Um they lost to the Colts. That's when the Colts were good though too. They lost to Jacksonville. They lost to Texans and then they lost to the Broncos obviously. Um the thing is, if I look at competition between the Patriots and the Chargers, and I don't want to discount the Patriots played a lot easier teams. The hardest teams they played were the Bills, the Steelers, who they lost to. I'm trying to think that it can't be the Ravens because Lamar Jackson didn't play when they played the Patriots. They had Huntley in, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was Huntley. I forgot
Yeah.
what other
So
quarterback they started before him.
uh, the Red Rifle, or what's his name, Cooper Rush, right?
Oh, yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah, but this is a hard game because I'm thinking of the Chargers. They haven't won a playoff game. Does that continue? I mean, he's eventually got to beat it, right? Like you said, right? But
Eventually.
the Patriots aren't a bad team, and they're not a bad coach team. Both these teams probably have obviously top five, I think, head coaches in the league, like tenure. I'm not talking about just this season. I'm just talking about overall because they both are great minded head coaches. So It's a toss up for me. I'm trying to think of who they played this season. I'm looking at their schedule, the Patriots, to compare them to a team. Um, but it's just hard because I don't think the Patriots played anybody good this season. This is going to be their first real like tough battle. The Bills was the last tough team they played, and they lost to them barely by 4 points. So, oh man, this is so hard. This is one of the hardest games to pick because there's so many good reasons to pick a team. I'm gonna pick the Chargers, and the reason what's swaying me is that if I look at the Patriots, and but the Chargers are, it's. I'm gonna be honest with
I
you. This is the same team, just copy and paste almost. They don't have a lot of weapons on both sides. They both have like one person that's an actual like top tier like think about this. The Chargers, name their WR1.
would it be? I would have been Lad McConkey, but I'd say probably more
Lab
Keenan
McConkey,
Allen.
Keelan Allen. They got Quentin Johnson, which I mean, you know how I feel about him, but that's a whole nother story. The starting wide receivers for the Patriots are Stephon Diggs, uh, Kayshawn Booty, Kyle Williams. Do you know who Kyle Williams is?
No, but I know who Booty is.
Yeah,
He's good.
exactly.
Not
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if I look at like weapons, I mean, and then the running back position, like I'd give the slight edge to. It's hard.
the
I'm gonna just
Patriots.
choose a.
The Patriot. I mean, the Patriots
Yeah,
have better run game.
yeah, because from 1 to 3, I'd say they're Ramondre Stevenson could be a starter, like, could be a starter on other teams, so but if I give the wide receiver core, I'd give it to the Chargers, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna say the Chargers just because I think there's the Patriots are still right there. Their defense is really good, but they're just so close to, like they need one more really good player on offense, and then we wouldn't be talking about it. Alright, your turn. Whoever you wanna start with. Yeah, let's just
The
bust that out
Rams.
real quick.
It's the Rams. I already know it's the Rams. They had a fluke game against them. I think the Rams know what they did wrong in the Carolina game. Is Devontae Adams coming back for playoff?
Supposedly. So he's
Allegedly.
been resting for 3 or 4 weeks now. I wanna say 3 for sure. So, he's had 3 weeks of just resting. So,
So I think Bryce Young is good, but I don't think he will produce in the playoffs. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But they haven't been they haven't won a division since 2015. I think that's probably the last time they were in the playoffs.
that was the last time they were in the playoffs too, I think.
So I'm going Rams. Matthew Stafford is going to torch him. He has Puka. He'll have his he'll have Devontae Adams, his
20
number one.
2017 was the last time they were in the playoffs.
The Panthers.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Who got them
But
there?
still 2017, yeah, they probably were one and done. Oh, yeah, they
Uh,
lost in the wild card round, so
so I think Rams, they just have a better overall offense. And that's it. I have nothing really to say about the Panthers. It was an up and down season for them. I don't know. I'm guessing they're ranked higher because they beat them once.
no, they're ranked so the ranks go off of winning the division. Winning the division takes precedence over getting a wild card spot. So the top 4 seeds are the division winners. They could be a losing record like the Panthers, but since they won their division, they take the
So
priority. So that's why obviously they should be the last seed. They should be the 7th seed if we're just going off a record. But because they won their division, they get the 4th seed. They're the worst division winner in the whole NFL.
Nice.
But, you know, yeah, that's how it works. All right, you already know it's click. I mean, let's I'm a Rams fan though. I might be biased. I think it's going to be an easy game? No, I don't think it's going to be an easy game. And the reason why is um we were the thing is it was raining, there was like weather and stuff like that. That's not really a good excuse, but we have to clean up in that game. The biggest takeaway I think Sean McVay took was we got torched on 4th and whatever. It would be 4th and 3, 4th and 4, and they'd be on the 20 or 30, and they'd get touchdowns out of it. And it's like you're not even in red zone. So as long as we clean that up and we play zone correctly, I think we'll be all right. And also because I think we have an upper hand because, like you said, it's the first time in the playoffs. I think that's gonna weigh a toll. Also, I don't think they have as many weapons on offense. Um, they have good weapons, but they still need to develop more, is what I think. They're a little young, but I think honestly, I think the Panthers are future wise. I think they have one of the best teams, like future wise. They have a star wide receiver. As long as Bryce Young is good and he doesn't, the thing is, like you said, you don't know which Bryce Young you're going to get this week. So you could get Mr. MVP or you could get his. This is the way to put it. His ceiling's really high, but his floor is really low. And if he could be more consistent and be on the higher side, then it'd probably be a biggest matchup. But this is what I was saying was the easiest game to pick. Should be the
Yeah.
easiest game to pick. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was a close game because it's still a playoff. So, but I'm picking the Rams for obvious reasons.
I think this is the toughest game.
No, this one is the other one I was telling you about that was
This is
going
the
to be
toughest
tough.
game.
Oh yeah, I think this is the toughest game like not by far, but it is just slightly because I know why. You got one team that is barely limping into the playoffs because they're fucking injured, and you got another team barely limping into the playoffs because they don't have no team identity.
I
They don't know what to do, and they have all these weapons, but they don't know what to do with them.
think you have a quarterback that doesn't know how to throw. I think he leans
Yeah,
on the run game too much.
and when the run game sucks,
You tush push.
you tush push. You make yourself run.
So I think Brock Purdy is ready to go back. I think he wants to make this a deeper run than last year. I think he wants to knock out the Eagles. With all the drama that goes on with the Eagles, I don't see them going past this round. So with that being said, I'm choosing the 49ers. I think because even worst case scenario, Brock Purdy gets injured, they have Mac Jones who has shown up this whole season too on top of that. So I think regardless, they're getting out of this wild card round.
All right. So I'm on the same what I said earlier by the two teams. One's limping in barely because but the thing is that I also think this year, I'm not talking about overall. Well, it might be overall too. The better coach is on the 49ers. And it's not even
Yeah.
close this year though. Overall is like a bigger discussion cuz one has a Super Bowl, the other one doesn't. So that's another thing. I just saw a stat by some guy that posted it today. There's a list of teams, the top 6, 7 teams. I don't know if you saw it, of teams that have most wins since 2010 in the playoffs. And the top two teams are the Chiefs and the Patriots. Third is the 49ers. And then it like trickles down. I think it goes uh Rams are in there, Broncos are in there, and then one other team that I can't remember. But you know what? Oh, Seattle. Seattle's in there too. So there's all those teams, right? What's the outlier about all those teams? The 49ers, they have not won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But all of them have won a Super Bowl. in between 2010 till now, but the 49ers haven't. But if I'm coming down to coaching, I feel like the lacking team identity is the biggest plague for the playoffs. You have to know what your team is and who's going to win. So I'm picking the 49ers as well. I don't want to pick them for obvious reasons, but honestly, listen to this. You heard it here first. Mac Jones is the starting quarterback for the Vikings next season. I think that is like in fruition. I don't think JJ makes it past this year. That's just me. He's a Bryce Young on the Vikings. His ceiling can be really high, but his floor is really low. And you don't take gambles with quarterbacks like that. You'd rather know what you're gonna get out of a quarterback when you go into a game. So but remember I said this, okay? Mac
We'll
Jones
remember.
for the Vikings. Remember, I'll talk about the tech. Hey, sorry guys, sorry about the technical difficulties. My power just decided to shit itself, so here we are. Back to it then.
So you ended with saying,
So I think
heard it here first. Mac Jones.
oh yeah, Mac Jones to the Vikings.
I don't know. We'll see.
We will see.
All right. Now, this is kind of an easy one for me.
Is it?
Yeah, 100% easy. I think I think it's the Bears. I think they have better coaching, mostly because of their head coach. I don't know their coordinators. I'm just going off the head coach. I don't care for the Packers head coach. They lost their who they traded, I would say the house for. They lost Micah Parsons, their best
But they
pass
got
rusher.
Trayvon Diggs though.
Yeah, but there's no pass rush. The Packers lost their number one receiver, Tucker Kraft. I know it's their tight end, but that was Jordan Love's go-to guy. I'm not a big believer in Jordan Love either. I think he still has like some work to do. Um, I just don't see them beating the Bears at all. I see the Bears are at home field at Soldier Field. I'm taking the Bears. I like Caleb Williams. I think he has an arm. He knows how to extend plays when he needs to. They got Swift in the backfield. I don't know if Roma is coming back, but they got depth in their receiving. They got two great tight ends that are both healthy. And they have a solid defense. And I don't think we've seen Ben Johnson's full playbook at all. I'm pretty sure he's just cooking stuff up right now because he just comes up with these what seems simple but crazy. Like when he was the offensive coordinator for the Lions and he had Jared Goff fake trip and he just draws up some unique plays that you don't see. So I think for that reason I'm choosing the Bears. As much as I would like to
I
see
think
the Packers go
yeah.
further. Sorry, Jake. I think it's the Bears.
All right. So what's the best way to put this to um I think it comes down to a few things to make this an easy decision because I think it is too. Is if I look at the weapons on one side, I've said this before, and the weapons on the other, who has more offensive weapons?
The Bears.
The Bears, right? Like it's not even like close, I don't think. Like the thing is that honestly, when it comes to like the running back spot, uh the Josh Jacobs reminds me a lot of how what's his name has been playing this year, Zaquan, whereas he has lost for some reason what he actually is, and I think that's the issue. Um, it's not hard for me. I'm trying to show it so that it's why it's so easy is and another reason I've told Jake this too. Name the WR1 for the Packers. They don't have
Tucker
one. They have a
Craft.
bunch of WR2s. Yeah, exactly. They have a bunch of WR2s that like it's crazy. And the crazy thing is that Matthew Golden is probably one of their better wide receivers, I think, from a standpoint of like how he's been, but he's a second string technically. But whatever. He's also I'm gonna just say it. I think Bears win this. I don't think it's even gonna be like close, if I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the matchup between them is just so heavily favored like for them. What was their they I know they split the season. Let me see. What was the last game they played? Wasn't it close?
Who?
Yeah, it went to overtime. The Packers and the Bears. It went to overtime, but I don't know. I just feel like you said too, coaching too. They're lacking identity too on top of all that. Like I couldn't even tell you what their game plan is because I feel like they don't have one. So, but yeah. On to the next one.
All right. I'm gonna start up here and then go down here and then do.
Oh, you going with the easy one first, aren't you?
Is it the easy one?
Out of
I'll
all
start
these
down here. I'm gonna
matchups,
start down here. I think.
yeah, that's probably.
Who has
Oh, that
home
one's
field
easy
at
too.
this? Would it
Actually,
be
never mind.
Steelers home field? Is that how this works? The top one's
They
home
would have
field?
Yep, they Steelers would have home field advantage because they won their division.
Okay. Um I think I don't know. If Jalen Ramsey plays like he did against the Ravens, I think Bills win. Cause he let a lot of big plays happen. Cause he moved from corner to safety for whatever
Uh-huh.
reason. And he bites on everything. And then he gets lost. And then there's a 20-yard, 40-yard play, 50-yard play. He's just not there. But at the same time, the Bills, they don't have a wide receiver one either. Like, they have two great tight ends, Knox and Kincaid. And Kincaid, I, I, I think he's in. I can't remember. I know
Dalton
Knox.
Kincaid.
Yeah, I think he was just resting.
Let me check.
I'm pretty sure he
I'll
was
tell you right
resting.
now.
I'm
I'm
not
pulling up the
sure.
depth chart. No, he's in. He's healthy.
Then he's
They're just
healthy.
resting him.
The weather, I don't think plays a factor. They both play in cold places, anyways. And if it's snowing, I think definitely Bills win it because they have James Cook. As much as I want to see Aaron Rodgers go to the Super Bowl, I don't know. I'm taking Bills. And then yours is
All right.
different over here.
So, oh, I got Bills Texans. You see, I think this is a harder pick between the Bills and the Texans. So, did they play this past season? Per chance? Per chance?
I don't think.
Let me check real quick. I'm not, just so you guys know, I'm not very good with the AFC. I pay attention, but not enough to actually give a shit. So, the Bills have lost to the Texans this year, 23-19. Very close game. What was the stats of that game? I need to look at it now because I'm like, dang. Wait, did it just click on the? I want to see the damn game here. All right, I'm pulling it up right now. So I think this is going to be a close game. Reason why is it's it, it's the same. These teams on the AFC side are probably very different when they're usually very similar. As in, usually the defenses are both really good on both teams, but the Bills' defense has been non existent. So it's really up to Josh Allen putting up points and all that stuff. And James Cook. Don't forget they got James Cook. They got Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
But they got on the and you got to think of this too. This is a crazy thing. You know who the Bills lost to? You know who was starting the game for the Bills? I mean, for the Texans?
Bills?
Mills. They lost to Davis Mills. That's crazy too. So I think this is hard to pick. Um, it's just so hard to bet against Josh Allen in the playoffs because it is Josh Allen. And we've seen him do it time and time again. His biggest takeaway is Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes isn't there. But if I'm gonna be honest, if you look at the final 8 teams right now, this is probably the top, like with some exceptions. Honestly, I'd say this is like you could argue saying these are the top 8 coaches right now. Maybe the Texans not. People will put a lot of will put a lot of coaches over him, but this is hard for me. This why did I put myself in this? I should have
I
just picked the Steelers. What the fuck am I doing? um, I'm gonna pick the Bills, and it's gonna be so close. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes into overtime. If it's down to 1 point, like not even one score, 1 point, because of that's how hard it is or how close it is. And technically, they're gonna play in. Wait, they're both wild cards, aren't they? Who has the seed advantage? The Bills?
no. I'm pretty sure the
Oh, they're
top
playing
team.
in Houston
Yeah.
too. Oh shit.
If this website's right,
No, I'm
it
gonna
should
stick.
be right though.
No, yeah, I think they do have the higher seed. So,
Yeah, because they're 5,
I'm gonna
they're
stick
6.
with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Bills still. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though if it goes the other way. This is the only game that I'm not confident in, but my gut is telling me the Bills.
All right.
Why don't no. You do ASC side first. What are
Nah,
you doing? You
man.
can't skip over that.
You want me to choose it? I don't even have to give a reason for this. I'm a
Yeah, you.
Broncos fan. But the
Well, yeah,
point
but
is,
you gotta. There.
I wish. I think it's a combination of Bo Nix not being fully settled when he throws, and then sometimes when he is settled when he throws and he throws it to the receiver, they just don't catch it. It bops up in the air. He gets picked off, but they know how to win close games. They've proven that this year. It might not be the prettiest games. They know how to make a comeback win. And I believe, fact check me, but I think the only 2 teams this season, it might not. Anytime they have led at the half, they win the game. And it's the Steelers and the Broncos.
I
So
don't know how I could check that.
I don't know. But I'm taking the Broncos. It was when Justin Herbert was in last game. Division games are close, like you always say. The first game lost by a field goal because of a bad call, in my opinion. I thought it was a bad call with pass interference. Then put them in field goal range. Chargers won the game.
No. Oh, you're talking about the Chargers. What about the Colts game too?
That was
You
the
guys could
worst
have
call I ever
more wins under
saw
your belt too.
in my life with the leverage.
I thought you were talking about the Colts. I get
No,
what you're saying about
but
the Chargers too.
yeah. But I think we have a better overall defense than the Chargers. I think the Broncos are ready to make a push for the Super Bowl. Even though it's Bo Nick's second year, I think Sean Payton's been there before. And I think they're gonna get it done.
All right. This game is not as hard as it should be, but I think it is hard because it's a divisional matchup. And you can't count one out without the other because both teams know their game plan pretty much. They know who they're playing against. They've played them twice. Like this is a hard decision for me just because it's a divisional matchup. And the thing is that when I come down to what I've said before, and I like weapons more than anything, I think the Broncos have way better weapons, and I don't think it's even close, especially at the running back position. I think RJ Harvey is a fucking dog. Like he is
Yeah.
probably he's like the Christian McCaffrey of the AFC because he is a threat on both the running side and the throwing side. And when you take that into account, that's like top tier running back right there. So and just their wide receiver core, I'd take their wide receiver core over the Chargers only because Cortland Sutton's really good. Franklin has looked really good this year. So, um, and also I think the Broncos defense is insanely better than the Chargers. So I'm gonna take the Broncos for it. But that's one of the things is it's a divisional matchup. Good thing you guys split this season. So, because I've
that
always said you can't beat a it's you can't beat a team 3 times. It's never happened. So
and then the other thing, the Chargers don't get a bye. Justin Herbert's injured. I hope he doesn't get hurt during
that's
the
true.
Patriots game. But if it were to happen, Trey Lance isn't gonna get him far.
I don't think the thing is I think Trey Lance isn't bad, but he ain't playoff ready. Like that's just the final thing. So
Oh, we'll do this one.
all right, this one's hard. This is one of the ones I wouldn't be surprised if one team wins or the other. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Now, if 49ers can stay healthy, I mean, this last game they played was crazy. I mean, it looked like the 49ers couldn't do anything, but then also it looked like because it was like what 13-3. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah,
last
that
game
was
was
the final
13-3.
score.
Like neither team could do
Yeah, that
anything
was the final
against each
score.
other. Just one team had one better play, and I think, like you said, I think that's what it's come down to. Who's going to have the better play? Because I think it's going to be another close one. I think it's going to be like 14-17. And if I'm going to take one, the only reason I'm going to take the 49ers is because I know Brock Purdy will scramble. He can gain yards. Sam Darnold is kind of like molasses to me. You don't see him really run, but Brock Purdy, he has some wheels a little bit, and I think he can get them down the field and get the game-winning field goal. That's where I'm at.
Okay. You're not far off from me. So, and I'll give you my reasons why. I just got to pull it up real quick. So, if we're looking from all things aside, we're just looking at the two matchups. If I'm being completely honest right now, I don't think the Seahawks I feel like they were built for the regular season, they're not built for the playoffs. And the reason why is how do you put this? Is I don't this is a big thing. I don't want to hit it before I start talking about it cuz it'll all come together. Um the 49ers are very good at getting to the Super Bowl. They're just not good at winning it, obviously. We've already said that. But the thing that the Seahawks have against them is how many playoff games has Sam Darnold won?
One or
0.
none? Okay. The
Yeah.
Justin
And
Herbert,
yes, and guess what? Guess who was his first playoff game against last season?
the 49ers.
The Rams. And they
Oh,
beat them 27-9. And it's the same scenario. They had an elite defense last year. Sam Darnold, he has all these weapons to throw to, but he went 25 for 40, one touchdown, and one interception. So it's like, does the same thing happen? There's going to become a point, and guess what? What's the record of the Seahawks right now?
was it 12-4?
14 and 14-3,
14-3.
right? Let me see. Yeah, 14-3. Guess what the Vikings were last season?
The same.
Exactly the
That's
same. So this is like the issue. Like this is the issue you run into. Sam Darnold, his ceiling is not really high. If I'm being completely honest, there's a lot of other quarterbacks I think their ceiling is higher, but his floor is just as low, right? So if the defense doesn't perform, he has to perform, which he did. He showed that he can. He did against in the Rams game. It went into overtime. I thought it was a great game, but he has to show up then if the defense doesn't. Because
yeah.
what was the score of that game? It was like something high, 38-37, right? So I'm going to give the edge to the 49ers here. And it's only because of Sam Darnold's history in the playoffs. And I think that Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. But it could go either way. I could see people arguing that Sam Darnold is a better quarterback. I don't want to be upset. So, all right, here you go, Brandon. The matchup.
The matchup. So as much as I like Ben Johnson, I think it's going to come down in this game at least to the quarterbacks. Matt
I was
Stafford's a
gonna
Super
say
Bowl
that
winner.
too.
So he's won a Super Bowl. He did it against the Bengals,
Yep.
against who I think is a way better quarter, not a way better, but he has that killer instinct that I don't think Caleb Williams has yet. So they're both great coaches, Sean McVay, Ben Johnson, but Stafford has so much more experience. He can, no matter what kind of hit he takes, he can play hurt. His shoulder can come out of place. He'll stay in and get it done. And I think that's who has more grit in this game and knowledge, and that's going to be the Rams. I know you're going to choose
All
the
right.
Bears.
Okay. Um, if I'm being completely honest, I probably should have thought about this more, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna pick the Rams, and this is the only reason why. Um, Going into the playoffs, they're playing. Technically, they've be 1-0 right now, but they lost the last 2 games of the season, right? So I think the issue with the Bears is I think Caleb Williams is a good quarterback, but he's not developed enough. And I think I told you this when we were watching the Green Bay game with Jake. His passes aren't developed enough. He has a strong arm and throws bullet passes, but he doesn't lay the ball up. He doesn't like make those layered passes where it's like in defenders. If it's in between defenders, it's a fucking straight shot. Like he's throwing like a line drive. So I think that's what it comes down to. I also would say that it also depends if Roma Dunze is there. But if we're looking at like weapons and the use of weapons, I would say Rams are better in that aspect. So, but the running game, they're both good runners. I think this is going to be a good game. I didn't think it would be a bad game. I think all playoff games are going to be good, but I'm going to pick the Rams. It might be a little bit biased, but if it comes down to it, if I look at like records and stuff, that's what I was trying to look at. Um, the Bears, I just don't get the end of the season losses just doesn't look good in my opinion. I feel like you're already starting on a bad foot. Yes, they were against tougher teams. It was the 49ers, then the Lions, but that's where my head's at. Is that the Rams are going to win, especially if we. Oh, just so you know, because I looked it up, Devonte Adams is expected to play.
Good.
So yeah. All
All
right.
right. So I'm gonna do this one, and then when we go back to you, you're gonna do yours. Because I
We're
don't
gonna
want to
flip
talk
flop
about
it,
I don't want to talk
or
about your team first.
wait. So you're gonna talk? Wait, which one are you gonna pick first? The
Yeah,
Broncos or
yeah, yeah,
Bills?
yeah.
No, we should do it reverse.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's fair, right? That
Yeah.
makes more sense.
All right.
Okay.
I think I know they're both great coaches. They're all great players. Brock Purdy knows how to get to the Super Bowl, but it's gonna be in LA. It might as well be a home game for either of these teams because I know their fans are gonna travel for this regardless. Because it works out
You
because
want me
they're
to
in
be
this.
honest with you?
What?
Usually the 49ers travel really well. So even if it's in LA, there's probably going to be more 49ers fans.
I don't know about that. I think it's gonna be.
No, that's what happened in
Yeah,
the NFC Championship when we won the Super Bowl. Yeah. And in regular season games, that's how it is too.
but
Their fan base is huge though.
yeah,
Think about it.
I think it's gonna be the Rams only because they all have veterans, but I think they have the more seasoned veterans, Stafford and Adams. That's really the only two you need. Offensively, defense, you got last year's rookie defensive player of the year, Jared Verse. And then they have two great running backs now too, because they're starting to use Blake Corum
Yeah.
more. They're using they're they're kind of splitting it up, but like when it comes to red zone now, like either of the running backs can score. They got two great tight ends, one who is a rookie, and then if they can shut down like this last game, if McCaffrey gets shut down, like they kind of lose that part of the ball game. And I think that's what happened this past weekend when they played Seattle is they shut down McCaffrey and then I think Kittle had a few catches, but they pretty much shut down Kittle. He didn't get no one on San Francisco got a touchdown. I think the Rams are ready to go back to the Super Bowl. Stafford's having an MVP season. Brock Purdy is up and down. They have Mac Jones, but I don't think Mac Jones, if Brock Purdy got hurt, could replace it this time. Like, you can't save the game. So for that reason, I'm going the Rams.
All right. So this is gonna be honestly probably one of the best games in the playoffs, I think. And I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be like the first half might be slow, but then once it gets to the second half, it's gonna be a complete shootout. And what I've prefaced since the beginning is weapons. Um, and the thing is that I think Josh Allen is a great quarterback. I just don't think he gets the support that he needs. Yeah, he's got great tight ends, he's got a great running back, but now you're in Denver and you're playing in Denver, and it's like the weather aspect has no effect on either one. Honestly, the Broncos probably have the upper hand because they're used to playing at the elevation and all that stuff. I don't know if the elevation is that much different
Uh,
from where I
Um,
think it is, right? It's
it,
the highest stadium in
yeah.
the yeah. So like that's a huge factor. I go to Denver once a month and I almost died when I ran one time because I was losing my shit. So I mean these are professional athletes too. I mean don't compare me to that. But honestly, I feel like with all the aspect of like um I just think the better coach too. If we're talking about weapons and better coach, it's like a no brainer. I the thing is, I don't think Buffalo Bills, their head coach is bad. I just think Sean Payton's just better, and it's not. And I don't think it's close. So I'm gonna pick the Broncos, and I think it's gonna be a real close game. But it's gonna come down to coaching, and that's usually how NFC and AFC Championship works, and the Super Bowl. You know, all the players are usually really good. It just comes down to coaching. So,
All right.
all right, pick your bias pick now.
No. So, with that being said, I am going to choose the Broncos, but for the reason is it seems like this season at least, because I don't feel like it's been that way in other seasons for Josh Allen, even when he doesn't have a supporting cast. I think the
He
supporting
still
cast
makes it work.
around him this year is just weaker. All that stuff is going on with Keon Coleman where they're not playing him because what they're not. I don't know if they're telling us the real reason, the original
Whatever the
reason.
reason is. Yeah.
I heard he missed a fucking meeting, and then they want to teach him a lesson and bench him, and that's your 50-50 ball guy because he's so tall. But this season, I feel like Josh Allen against a good defense doesn't know what to do. I feel like he does well for a little bit, but he can't keep up with it the whole game. And the Broncos defense is just crazy after 10 years of like they've always had a good defense, but I think it's great again. Like it's a crazy defense. Their offense is good. I think Bo Nix is going to step up. I think it might be a shootout like you were saying, but at the same time, I think it might be like a 6 or 9 point game because the defense is just going to keep Josh Allen out of the red zone. And then I think the Bills defense won't be able to stop them getting close enough to just either keep kicking field goals like if they need to or getting just getting in the end zone. I feel like Sean Payton comes up with weird plays and weird strategies in crunch time. I'll never forget onside kick to start half. So I feel like
Oh yeah,
Sean Payton,
for the Super Bowl.
yeah, I feel like Sean Payton is gonna come up with some more. He's gonna cook up something, and I think it's gonna play in Denver's favor. So I think it's gonna be the Rams and the Broncos, the Super Bowl. Now you
All
pick
right.
your biased
So
opinion.
okay, don't worry. I got
I
I can back it up too. So it's like you said, every fan obviously knows their team. And I know if we ask Jake if we think the Packers are going to make the Super Bowl, he'd tell us no, right? Like even how biased he could be, he would say no still. But watching this team play with how they are is just entirely different. And to mention, you know what the score was for the last time we played the 49ers? 42-26.
Oh yeah.
So we stomped them. The first game was, I think, kind of a fluke when they beat us. I'm glad they did because, like I said, beating a team 3 times is impossible. So I'd rather it be like this. And what did we do really well? We stopped the run with Christian McCaffrey. He only had 30 yards, what I'm looking at right now. Technically, Brian Robinson had more rushing yards than Christian McCaffrey. But if it comes down to it, honestly, to preface before, if the Seahawks made it to the next round, it wouldn't surprise me either, just because that could be a coin flip for that matchup for me too. But I think the Rams take it, and it comes down to depth of the roster. And yeah, you could say the 49ers have a lot of depth because look at they're still winning, but you can only go so far with so many injuries. Especially there's a chance that Trent Williams might not be back, and that's their Pro Bowl offensive lineman. There's a chance, I don't know if George Kittle's making it back, but also they lost their second string linebacker to Bethune. The only other thing that we got to think of, and I don't know if you thought about this, but guess what? Guess who said they'd be back by this time?
Ooh.
Fred Warner.
Oh.
So, I mean, that could play a role in it. He said he's aiming for it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I don't think Fred Warner plugging him into this defense will change it enough for them to have the upper hand. Um, and I think we ended at that, and we don't pick the Super Bowl because it's only going to be biased, right? But I thought of something that would be a good thing to do though.
Okay.
So I think that if it's the Rams and Broncos in the Super Bowl, now that would have to happen. It's still the NFL, and this year's been fucking weird. So it wouldn't surprise me if this doesn't happen. But I would say whoever wins, the other person has to buy them their Super Bowl jersey. So let's say the Broncos win, I'll buy you a Broncos Super Bowl jersey, whoever you want.
Okay.
And if the Rams win, you buy the Rams Super Bowl jersey for me and whoever I pick.
Okay.
But we're not picking the Super Bowl winner because it's going to be biased. So
Yeah.
I think it's like it's obviously I'm gonna pick my team. You're gonna pick your team. You know why? I know why. So, but yeah. So. All right, let's move on to the NFL honors real quick. I think we'll just end with NFL honors. I think we went quite a long time
Okay.
for the first part, so we won't get to cards unfortunately, but that's okay. So MVP, I think we're gonna be pretty similar. We don't need to do 2 tabs for this. So
Okay.
you know what? I'll go first with this one since you went first with the other one. So I'm gonna be biased, but it's not really biased here. I'm gonna say Matthew Stafford, but it's only because of his stats too. I think it's pretty close because unfortunately with NFL MVP, a lot of the picks are a lot of the what do you call it? They
Voting?
lean more towards people who have better records.
Oh, yeah.
That's the unfortunate part. Even though record is a team, right?
Yeah.
So, but the MVP, the way you got to think of it is if you took that player off and you put their second string in, do you think they could perform just as well as they did this season? And it's hard to say for either because Drake May, I think, did really well this season. I don't even know who their fucking is it uh
Milton.
Danny Cutlets? Oh, it's Milton?
Yeah.
No,
Danny.
it's Joshua Dobbs.
Where's Joe Milton?
It's Josh. I don't know. Is he on the practice squad? Oh no, isn't he on the Seahawks? I think he's the backup for the Seahawks, if I remember correctly. Let me double check real quick. But if you like switch them out, would they still be the same team or would they be worse? So I honestly feel that without Matthew Stafford, yeah, wait, Milton, what team is he on? I was thinking of Jalen. Wait, isn't he the Packers? Are you talking about Jalen Milrow? Oh, he is on the Cowboys. That's right.
Oh wait, Joe
That
Milton?
is right.
Who am I thinking of?
What do you think? I don't know
Oh,
now. Now I'm confused.
I didn't even know he got traded. He was on the Patriots. He got drafted
Yeah, he
last.
was, but
Okay,
he's
I didn't know he got
yeah,
traded. They didn't use
yeah.
their backup at all
So
this year, so I don't know.
it's Joshua Dobbs. Do I think the team's the same with Joshua Dobbs? No,
No,
but honestly, I think if you look at the stats, they're 40. What is it? 47 touchdowns? Is that what it was for
43 or
Matthew
47. I
Stafford?
can't remember.
46 touchdowns,
46.
and they have the same amount of interceptions. And I think Drake May was at like 35. He has 11 more touchdowns than Drake May, which is crazy. So that's why I think he should win. What do you think?
Yeah. What? Who's the Rams backup? Is it Stenson Bennett?
I want to
Or is he
say no.
third?
I think he's a third string. He's third, and then who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Oh, Jimmy G. Duh.
Oh, much as I like Jimmy G, it's not it wouldn't be the same either way.
Nah.
I think you could plug any other quarterback into those, and they wouldn't perform the same within reason.
Well, yeah, obviously. Like if you put Joe Burrow into either of those systems,
Yeah.
he's still gonna be Joe Burrow. So
All
all right,
right.
offensive player of the year. You go first with this one.
Shoot. At first, I was gonna say Jonathan Taylor, but he fell off a fucking cliff. Um,
Bro, he jumped off. What do you mean? He didn't fall off. He jumped off.
I mean,
In the first 5 games of the season, I don't even think it was close.
it has to be JSN at this point. He
Yeah.
he broke.
And the thing is with offensive player there, they look at healthiness. Who's been healthy the whole year?
Yeah, and what is it? And he broke the receiving record for Seattle for a season, and I think week 14 or 13.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't.
by DK. It was held by DK.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
just he shattered the record. Were you gonna say someone else than JSN?
I would want to say Puka, but that's me being biased as well. I think what's really holding Puka back is being injured the game and a half. And if we're looking at stats, and if they're just looking off of games played, JSN has more. And then if we're looking at yards, JSN still has more. Then yeah, it makes sense why
What
they
about
would pick
touchdowns?
JSN. And I wouldn't touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think Puka has more. Here, hold up. I got it right here. I think right. Receiving touchdowns this year. Oh, they're tied.
Oh,
They're tied this year. So, but yeah, if we're looking who holds the most like I don't even know how to put it. So, one has more receptions, the other one has more yards. One of them has more yards a game and then they're tied. So like I think it's more of a healthy thing than anything. And if they're going off of that, they're going to pick Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think you could argue a lot and say Puka, but also I would also have up there as well as Christian McCaffrey. Just because if you take him out of the 49ers, they're cooked. So that's another thing. But I think he was hurt this year too, wasn't he?
who?
Christian McCaffrey.
I think for like a one game. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
exactly. So same thing. I think they value that more. So, all right. I don't even think we have to talk about defensive player of the year, but I think it's going to be unanimous. I don't even think it's going to be fucking close.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's anybody close to Miles Garrett for defensive player of the year. And I think it's going to be like unanimous cuz what they do I'm pretty sure is like do they do just one single vote for people or do they like place them first, second, third? All right, this motherfucker.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right. He's not Nick Bonito, don't get me wrong. Really good.
TJ
Really,
Watt.
really good. But okay, that man was injured. With these awards, they value well at the
His
MVP.
lung
They do too,
collapsed.
technically.
Sorry,
Yeah, but
Gage.
what? Yeah, guess what? If people get injured, there's nothing you can do about it. But I don't think it's close. I don't think. I think the next best player is either Nick Bonito or Will Anderson. Will Anderson fucking crazy this year.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
but I think it's
one of the
Miles Garrett.
he's one of the reasons why the Texans are so good. So,
Yeah, Miles Garrett
but yeah,
because
all right,
breaks sack records.
yep.
Offensive rookie of the year. I think it's Jackson Dart.
I'm telling you, he missed too many games. I guarantee they're gonna value that. He missed way too many games. How many games did he miss? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, concussion
And then he didn't
protocol.
even start. And then he didn't even start
Yeah,
the
they
first few
had this
games. Not his
this
fault.
shitty other quarterback in there.
Broncos Nation. Let's ride. Oh, Broncos country. Let's ride.
I can't. Who do you think's
uh,
rookie of the year?
I think it's gonna be McMillan, just because he uh he lived up to his pick too. He was the first wide receiver off the board, and he lived up to the pick too. I think
Yeah.
he was the best wide receiver, like not even close either.
Yeah, he's
Igbuka would have been a talk if he was healthy. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like I think Igbuka would have been like in the talks, but since he was like, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, Millen.
You want me to spell it for you, or you got it? TET. Yeah, there you go.
Defensive rookie
What?
of the
Who do
year.
you think? You think Jackson Dart?
I mean, if he was healthy, I think so. I wish they would have started him from the beginning, but what, Abdul Carter? I don't
Didn't
know.
he get hurt or no?
I think so. To be honest,
You think
I don't
so?
pay attention to a lot of defensive rookies, but
Um, I'm trying to think.
Travis Hunter didn't stay healthy.
Nope. I don't think it's either Abdul Carter. I don't think it's Abdul Carter either. I would want Abdul Carter to win because I thought he was really good. But trying to think, I don't even know. Honestly, if I looked it up, I probably wouldn't even know who they are. Isn't why is this name coming up? I'm gonna say it wrong. Uh, what team is he on? Oh yeah, I think this guy should win it for rookie, but I don't think he is gonna win it. Is Nick Manawari? He's the safety for the Seahawks.
The top
Um,
three conversation.
oh, he is.
Yeah, because I was wondering who's favorited. It's no one we said.
Mm-hmm.
Carson.
Oh, the linebacker for the Browns.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew it when you were struggling to say his last name.
yeah. I'm not even gonna try.
Schweissinger or something like that.
Yeah,
Schweissinger. Yeah, yeah. He's decent, but I don't know.
I think you're right with. I'll say Nick to do
We'll
the.
say it, but if Carson whatever is a favorite, he's probably gonna win it. Whatever. What's next? Comeback player of the year. This one's always hard.
Who's a comeback player?
There's 3 players that come to mind. Christian McCaffrey, because he was injured all last season. You got Aiden Hutchinson, same scenario. And then you got Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, it's Trevor Lawrence. It has to be,
I don't
right?
think it's I don't think it's Trevor Lawrence.
That man's been throwing
I
dots.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to vote for Trevor Lawrence, but I think it's Christian McCaffrey.
But he played last season.
Did he? I thought he was injured last season.
I thought he played a little bit.
Here, I'm gonna
Maybe
look up
I'm
his
wrong.
stats
I
real
could
quick.
be wrong.
Christian McCaffrey. Let's see. He's just injured so much, you forget about it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Was he injured last season?
He's at the top of the comeback player.
Oh, I thought you were talking about him being injured last
Well,
season. Last season, yeah, he only played 4 games.
at the end of the season. Oh no, I
Was it
remember
end
what
of the
happened. I
season?
remember what happened.
Didn't he like snap something?
I can't remember. I know it was a snow game, and he just slid down. I think that was like the end of it for him
Yeah,
last
he was
season.
injured. I'm looking at it. He played games. He played week 10, 11, 12, 13, and then got injured. He didn't even play the first 8 games.
Yeah, I
And then
remember
didn't
that.
play the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah,
that's how I would
this man's
I
like
think I think
leading
they're gonna
receiver.
value that. Huh?
He's the leading receiver
Yeah,
for.
as a running back. Yeah, that's what's crazy. Pretty good, pretty good. What is this? Protector of the year?
Is that really what this is?
I think that's what it is. Like offensive lineman of the year, right?
Oh
Let me look it up. Right? Did you look it up?
no, but I think you're right.
If you try and say that without like saying POTY,
What do you mean?
potty.
Oh, I don't know why it shows that. What the fuck?
I think it's protector of the year. I think it's the offensive lineman award.
It's not this
Ain't
guy.
no one on. Who is it?
Someone on the Bengals.
Oh. Okay. First one that comes to mind is obviously Trent Williams, but like I said, they value people getting hurt, and he's gotten hurt 2 games in a row. That's another thing that we didn't even mention. They might not even have Trent Williams, or he might not last the whole. And he's huge, bro. If they lose him, they play entirely different. Look at how they played against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So, there's also Penei Sewell, which he's always a favorite, the offensive lineman for the
Oh,
Lions. And then what?
yeah. Like
And then
him.
there's one other person that I can't think of.
Um.
There is one person. Oh shit. I just looked it up. I'm pretty close. You know who we're missing that could win it?
Who?
Plays for the Broncos. Who's your
Uh.
best offensive lineman, you would say?
Ballez.
Yeah, Garrett Bowles.
Ballez.
But I think they're gonna Bowles is Bowles. Uh I would say they're gonna give it to Penei Sewell though. That's just my opinion.
Oh,
I think under like pressures and stuff, he's done the best.
yeah. I think we have
Oh,
two
what's the
separate
last one?
coaches of the year, though. I
You
think we
go
do.
first then.
Mine's Ben Johnson because that man turned a shitty Bears team into a conference winner. That I mean, what more could you ask for a coach to come in and do that? With a quarterback that I don't know if he has an ego because that's just how the media portrays him. I don't know him personally, so who knows how he really is and what he really said in meetings. But I feel like he's tuned him more. He has brought all the players closer compared to last season. Um, I feel like the defense was just terrible last year, and now he has like I don't know if you want to say aura or whatever, but he's a
You got that motion, twin.
I don't know. He doesn't act like a normal coach. Like he's not like a Sean Payton. Like he's like his own like he's his own breed. I don't think there's another coach like him other than maybe um Cohen. I feel like they coach similar. But I'm gonna say Ben Johnson for mine.
Okay, I'm pulling up stats real quick. I'm trying to look at the over unders for each team. So just to throw it out there because I found it now for the Bears, they were you if you were taking the odds, they would have been over under 7.5 wins this season.
Well, they did
So
that.
they did that. That's really good. I think honestly, I what what my pick's gonna be. I wouldn't be upset if any of these coaches got picked. I made a list earlier, and I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if any of these coaches won. And I think it was Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson, Mike McDaniel, Liam Cohn, Kyle Shanahan, and Sean Payton. I wouldn't be surprised if any of them won it. But the three that stick out for me are Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, and McDonald. But if I had to choose, by the way, the over under for the Patriots this season was 8.5.
They
So
did that.
technically, they were supposed to be better than the
Bears.
Bears. But I think they take into account too. Think about this: is strength of schedule, and as we could tell, Patriots kind of had an easy schedule this season.
They
But
did.
I think you can make it. I think it comes down to Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel, like you said, for Ben Johnson. And it's kind of hard to pick one or the other because they turned two organizations that weren't supposed to do shit this season. Like no one counted them in to be in the playoffs. I think they were probably at the bottom of their divisions, if not third. No one imagined them to win their divisions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say just because if I'm going with my gut and I said this is who I think should win it, I think they're gonna give it to Vrabel. And the reason why I think so is because I feel like the expectation, even with the 8.5, was still lower compared to um Ben Johnson because Ben Johnson he has Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
They know that Caleb Williams is good. No one thought he was like terrible, but Drake May, no one thought Drake May was going to be this either. So I think that's why they would give the edge to Mike Vrabel. But I'm fine if you put Ben Johnson too. Shocker, Sean McVay wins it.
I don't know how do you spell his last name?
Who? Ben
Vrabel?
Johnson?
No.
Oh, I said put Ben Johnson.
No, I'm doing both.
It's Vrabel. Oh, you do gotta put one or the other. Just put Ben Johnson. Johnson Vrabel. Bro, and that's another thing. I said it earlier. That was the biggest fumble ever by an organization. The Titans fire everybody.
They got rid of AJ Brown
Because how
too.
does he go? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Derrick Henry.
Oh yeah, that too.
Isn't that crazy to think about? The stars that have left and they're doing better, even coaches. But yeah. All right. If you guys enjoyed the first podcast ever, let us know. Put in the comment section below what you agree or what you disagree with, and let us know why. I don't want to hear, oh, you messed up on this. I need facts. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to tell me why I'm wrong and because I'm wrong and whatever, or Brandon's wrong. I mean, it's all good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you later.
Good night.
Good night.